You were meant to see this video. This did not show up by accident. Whether you're subscribed or not, you were meant to see this. You have been putting mental energy into trying to quit your pornography addiction, right? I completely understand that. Now this pops up out of nowhere, the cure for pornography, and you think, it's probably just another bullshit clickbait, no-fap video. The 3 things I'm about to tell you in this video, I've got them noted down right here, so if you see me looking over, that's why. You know I've come prepared for this one, so that's when you know it's going to be a valuable one. These 3 things will change your life. It's not anything you've ever heard before. It's not this 30-day no-fap bullshit. This is life-changing shit from someone that's actually been there and done it, right? So please pay attention. Put away all your distractions. Get out the fucking comments. Sit here with me for a minute. I've got the nice music on in the background. Just chill out, pay attention, and absorb this information, okay? It doesn't matter how cursed you believe you are. It doesn't matter if you think you've got a genetic disadvantage that just naturally makes you addicted to pornography. It doesn't matter who you are or what situation you are in. It doesn't matter how long you've been addicted to it for. These 3 things will cure your pornography addiction today if you implement them correctly and if you actually pay attention. So first one is to stop seeing pornography as something negative. That's number 1, and something that you're not allowed to do. So let me explain what I mean by that, because it might sound a bit confusing and a bit counterintuitive. Now, if you're walking around through your life and you're telling yourself that you're not allowed to do certain things, okay, and you're also telling yourself that that thing that you're not allowed to do is really, really bad for me, it's really negative, part of your brain, out of curiosity, because we're very curious as human beings, right? We like to understand things, we like to figure things out. And this is kind of a double-edged sword, because you can learn things from this, but also at the same time, you know, curiosity killed the cat. You're going searching for something, before you know it, bam, you're stuck in the trap and you're fucked. So this is why we're so, prone to falling victim to these things, is because we're so curious about things, right? So let me explain what I mean by this. If you're telling yourself, I am not allowed to watch pornography because I've seen all these self-improvement videos and all these people who are successful talking about, don't watch pornography, it's bad for you. Day 30 on NoFap, and it made me levitate, and it made me start, all this shit. You're consuming all this information. You're believing in your subconscious that you are not allowed to do pornography. Because if you watch porn today, you're never going to be successful. That is what you're programming yourself to believe. Okay? And on top of that, you're reinforcing that belief with this ideology of pornography is so negative. It's so bad for me. I'm an addict. It's really, really bad. It's ruined my life. You're putting all these negatives on negatives, and you're feeding that into your own subconscious. Now, you can understand maybe what I'm getting at here, okay? Let me give you another example. If I tell myself right now that I am never allowed, and I completely restrict myself, I am never allowed to watch pornography ever again. For the rest of my living days, I'm never allowed to consume pornography ever again. You can understand how me saying that phrase, to some degree, part of my caveman brain, whatever you want to call it, part of my, amygdala in the brain, is going to crave that thing that I've told myself I'm not allowed to have, just out of pure curiosity. Well, why? Why am I not allowed to have it? Now I'm going to build the urge up to go and watch it again, because I'm telling myself I'm not allowed to do it. If I told you right now, you are not allowed to ever eat an orange ever again, some part of you at some point is going to want to eat an orange, because we hate that feeling of restriction. We hate the feeling of feeling as if we're not allowed to do something. As human beings, we want freedom. We want free will. That is why God or Allah or the universe, whatever you believe in, has granted you the ability of free will. You can do whatever you want. You could walk outside today and kill someone. That's what you could do. You could do that with your own hands. You have that free will. So it's not necessarily about what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, because that doesn't exist in the laws of the universe, right? Stay with me, because I know this sounds a bit wishy-washy. It sounds a bit weird, but please stay with me. In the universal law, there is no right or wrong. There is no allowed or not allowed. You have free will. You can do whatever you want, okay? The only right or wrongs or not allowed to do and you are allowed to do is judged by society, is judged by man-made constructs, right? Now, I'm not saying go out there and go and kill someone. Be a normal individual. Be a, switched on, fully functioning human being. Don't be a psychopath. However, in your mind, you must give yourself free will. So how do we apply this to curing your pornography addiction? Well, instead of you going around telling yourself, I'm not allowed to watch pornography ever again, I can't do it, I've got to resist, I can't touch myself like a weirdo. Instead, give yourself the freedom of choice between watching pornography and not watching it. Don't tell yourself you're not allowed to. I'll give you an example. In my day-to-day life, every now and then. I'm human. Very, very rarely, because I've got a girlfriend and I'm having regular sex. Pornography it doesn't even exist in my brain. But very, very, very rarely I might have an old thought that pops up, and I'll get the urge that builds up. Oh, maybe I should just go and watch it, One time won't hurt. Now, in my brain, I do not tell myself, well, no, because I'm not allowed to. I can't do it because that means I'll never be successful. Forget all of that bullshit, because it doesn't exist. There is no set rule for life, okay? I just simply tell myself, well, I've got the free will. I can do whatever I want. I can go and choose to watch pornography after filming this video right now, okay? But instead, I'm simply going to choose not to. So I'm not telling myself I'm not allowed to. I'm telling myself I choose not to indulge in that action in this current moment. You understand how this differentiates in your mind? You understand how this is now giving you power rather than giving your addiction power? You understand what I'm saying? So that's number one, is stop seeing it as something that's so negative. Like, it's so bad, I can't do it. If you go and watch porn right now and you go and have a wank, sorry to be vulgar, is it really going to affect your life that much? No. But like anything in life, momentum is key. So if you constantly do something, momentum will keep building up. And that's when you can start to see the results of your compound interest that you're built up. If I consistently record videos every single day, one video, it's not really going to do much for me. But if I consistently record videos every single day, at some point, that energy that I'm putting out into the universe is going to come back to me, okay? What's that saying? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's something along those lines. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So your actions have a consequence, basically. Now, a lot of the time, your actions don't have a consequence straight away. So instead of you seeing, oh, I relapsed, it's such a bad thing, I'm a loser, whatever. Okay, it was just a moment in time. I did a decision that now I kind of feel like, that wasn't really the best decision. No problem. Let me just get down, do some push-ups and start building up some positive momentum instead. So you can see the difference here, right? You're giving yourself freedom. You're looking at the world from this very nonchalant, almost laid-back mindset, and you're simply picking and choosing what you want to do because you have the power in your own mind and your own body, right, to do whatever you want to do. Nothing has control over you. Pornography, your addictions, nothing external can control you if you fucking sort this out. And I teach you how to do this in the sexual mastery course down below in the description. Go and check that out. You will master all aspects of your sex life. Premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, your porn addiction, the list goes on. At least give it a look. It's worth it. Number two, to cure your pornography addiction is to redirect your sexual energy. So again, I teach this very in depth in my video course down below, but I'm going to give you a brief rundown. When you feel the urge build up, to go masturbate, basically, that urge as itself is not a negative thing. The urge to want to release your seed is not negative. That's normal for you as a healthy, young, testosterone-filled man. It's normal for you to want to go and have sex, basically. Now, your problem is, in this modern day, pornography is so easily accessible that you turn to that because it's a lot easier to go and fill that need with pornography for free, with no effort at all other than just typing in Pornhub on your phone, than, going out there in the real world, meeting real life women and just, getting it the real way. It's a lot easier to do it the former. So what we want to do instead of this is understand that your urges to go and masturbate, for example, are not bad. What you do with those urges can be a problem, okay? So when you feel the urge building up, that is energy. It's newfound energy that you didn't have before. So instead of going and wasting that energy on the virtual world, by yourself like a loner, how about you breathe, some deep breaths, keep yourself nice and relaxed, keep your mind controlled, don't start feeding into, what if I should go and watch pornography right now? Maybe. Ignore all of those thoughts, replace them with positive ones, use that newfound energy, go out there into the real world and go and do something with your life. Go and build up some momentum. Go to the gym, go for a fucking mad run. I don't care what it is that you do. Just do something that's going to give you a positive return on investment for your time. You understand what I'm saying? So, number three is to stop seeing yourself as an addict. This is the most important thing you can do because it doesn't matter if you implement everything I teach in my course down below. It doesn't matter about any of this stuff. If you can see yourself in the mirror and you look in the mirror and you see yourself, you identify. This is the key word, identity. If you're attaching your identity to that of an addict, you're going to stay an addict for the rest of your life. Let me ask you a question. Very genuine question. I want you to answer this out loud right now with me. Confirm to the universe what you want. Do you want to be addicted to pornography for the rest of your life? Yes or no? Simple question. Answer it right now out loud. Say it. Say no. Hopefully that's your answer. No, I do not want to be addicted to pornography for the rest of my life. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Instead of sitting there and saying, yeah, but it's hard, Luke, defending your addiction. It's hard, bro. It's not that easy to just quit. Yes, it is, because I did it. So why is, we're both human beings. There's nothing magical about me. I'm still a man. I'm still a human being. I probably have a lot of disadvantages compared to you that you don't even realize. How am I able, as one man, to instantly, just like that, with the click of my fingers, quit my pornography addiction, if you want to call it that? Whereas you can sit there and say, no, but it's hard. It takes years, 13 years to quit, whatever. Why is that? Because the difference is I do not see myself as someone that is an addict. I don't believe in that concept of being an addict. I just don't. Because I know it sounds like, oh, it's a bit stupid, that's a bit ignorant, but why would I? Why would I sit there and choose to confirm to myself, this is difficult, this is so hard, I'm never going to end this, once an addict, always an addict? Why would I feed into that belief? Because it's not giving me power, it's not giving me strength, confidence, assurance in my ability, it's not doing anything positive for me, other than just strengthening and building up the power of the addiction. So instead, start to see yourself when you look in the mirror as a powerful, confident, strong young man that has control over his own life. Nothing controls you other than you. You are literally manifesting this life for yourself with your own thoughts, with the vibration that you're operating on, and your physical body. You're bringing this life to yourself. You've chosen it, whether you know that or not. So to cure it, that was a rant and a half on it. So to cure it, simply choose to manifest a reality that's different. What do you want to live like? Who do you want to be? Think about these things and act like it. Think like it. I never ever feed into anything like, oh, this is difficult, this is going to be written. No. Who tells you that who is telling you these things? And why are you choosing to believe them? You have to question everything. That's what I'm going to leave you on here today. Question every belief that you have, every thought that pops into your mind, every consideration that you make. Question it. Where does it come from? Do I trust this source? Why do I trust the source of information? Question it all, bro. Because I guarantee you, a lot of your beliefs that you have in your mind right now are completely working against you, whether you know it or not. Your ego blinds you a lot of the time, and it's easier to sit there and say, no, my way of thinking is the best. There's nothing wrong with my way of thinking. This is how I want to do things. And you'll realize very, very quickly that if you just allow the ego to drop and you open your mind to every different perspective, there's some better ways of doing what you're doing right now. And sitting there watching self-improvement no-fap videos all day, counting the days, counting the streaks, that's not the best, believe me. So follow this advice, take in what I've said, go and meditate, go and breathe, fucking connect your brain and your body, breathe some energy through you, and just think, who am I? Who do I identify as? And I'm not talking about your fucking weird pronoun shit. He, him, whatever the fuck. Who do you see yourself as? Because I see myself as a competent, capable, and it sounds big-headed, me just listing these things out to you, but why would I believe anything else, right? Someone that has complete power and authority over his own life. That's how I see myself. Nothing can impact me. Simple. Boom. So of course I'm going to be able to quit an addiction just like that. Of course I am. Because it doesn't have any control over me. I can decide to simply just do different actions on a day-to-day basis, no matter how difficult those actions may be. It might be hard to resist pornography, but I'm still going to do it. At the end of the day, there's nothing forcing me to pick up my phone and type in Pornhub. You're doing that. You understand? You're doing that to yourself. And you can make the excuse, yo, it's just difficult, impulses. No, it's not. It's difficult because you're deciding it to be difficult. You're reaffirming that to the universe by telling yourself it's difficult. So, rant over, look after yourself, my friend. Coaching's down below, sexual mastery is down below, Instagram, Telegram, all of that good stuff. Go and check out every link that I've got. Use it as you will. Use every weapon that you've got to your advantage and make the most of it. I'll see you soon. Look after yourself. Boom.